a second, right? So let's be reasonable and don't think about the don't think about the oh my god, the rush and the desperation of playing the game. If you're a developer and you need to, and you, let's say they have a certain amount of developers for this, and they say, hey, they haven't even collected the feedback properly. Like this feedback, that what do you want the feedback to be heard, right? So you want these changes to apply it, or the most popular ones and whatever. They need to first implement them, test them, and follow the software not maintenance, but implementation process of certain things and fixing things and doing this testing and whatever, instead of like just us testing it for them. We'll test it obviously further, but at least they have a base, right? So like, having said that, after they collect all of these and implement all of these things, I think like minimum 2 months. I mean, to have something available.
Yeah.
Like really, people that say like May, it's ridiculous. It's just like
it's copium. Yeah.
It's copium.
Yeah. No, I mean, it'd be funny, but there's no way with everything they've been saying. And I know you were talking about the communication being a little off with the community managers. The only situation in which I've been impressed has been with what's his name, Inkwell and Nemi, I guess, that they've actually been talking straight to people. I know they haven't been able to answer everybody because, you know, like 20 people are talking to them at the same time. But I was impressed that they were trying to give us some answers, even if they weren't like fully developed answers. And the vibe I'm getting for sure is that it's gonna take some time. So I would be
it should.
I would be impressed with even a summer release at this stage.
Yes, 100%. Like my prediction would be like actually September. Like that would be my actually, but August maybe. June, it's a bit of a stretch, but yes. And I know, like, for example, people like Dino Fries, like I've asked him the question and he says, no, this is ready, this should release right now, May or something like that. And I'm like, yeah, I think people like him say that because of course you want to play the game. A lot of people say that because we love this game, right? We want to play it, we want to stream it, we want to already get into the grind. That is gonna be a long grind, but we want to get into it already. We're excited, right? So, but I am very realistic in life, so I don't think, like, I see it from a realistic perspective. It's like, really, do we really want the game in this state right now? No, I mean, there are things to be fixed. There's issues, a lot of issues in the game that I think require attention.
I'm with Dino in that, like, I'm ready to play it, works and all, because I had a blast playing just it in its state now, as flawed as it is. So I know they could take the approach of just fixing it as they go, but it sounds like they don't want to do that. It sounds like they really want to get the balance right. And that was the thing that really stuck out to me yesterday. That Inkwell was saying that their priority right now is focusing on balance.
Correct.
And
look.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, because the rest of the game is kind of there. I mean, the quests are implemented. Yeah, they could tweak the XP. The mobs, everything's where they should be. The mob spawn rates and stuff like that are pretty much okay. It just comes down to the numbers.
Listen, I'm not gonna spoil.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Only thing I'm gonna say is there's a lot of things that need like very minor tweaks that I don't think they will take a long time, right? Or that they probably would take a long time. But yeah, I do think it's gonna be at least a few months, and maybe even I'd say like 2 months to maybe another beta or test, and then 2 or 3 months more for release. So I'm in between like 5 to 6 months for actual release.
Yeah. Okay. So there's this thing I was thinking. Okay. I was a lot of us are ready to play. Like Dino Fries, us, we're ready, right? We're let's say veterans, right? Of the game. Yeah. We're ready to play right now. But the way I see it is like I see it more from a healthy standpoint perspective of the game. I think that if their game is released right now, most people would quit after a month or so, because I was watching different streamers before I had the key, that they were actually saying, oof, this is rough. I mean, and this is like, they were not feeling it. And a lot of them actually stopped playing for a little bit, and they took their time. They were exploring some things, sure, but you could tell that they really didn't want to do the grind, right? Like the heavy grind or whatever. And of course, we can say that we can cast these people away. It's like they don't matter because this game is a grindy game. It is what it is. But and I agree. I mean, like the game is a grindy game, and it should stay that way. But I think there are improvements that can happen, right? So the fact that they can just take a little bit longer to fix things, make sure that it's a little bit friendlier for the people that are not as hardcore as us, let's say.
Yeah.
So because I was loving the interesting things, like the challenging of the game is more challenging, and I was actually liking that. And at the same time hating it. It was like a hate-like relationship there, because warriors are like in a very bad state right now. It's so hard because of the iframe stuff. One thing, it's like that hits them because we have to get there and get hit, and warriors were not able to properly fight bosses like at the Kerning PQ, because the boss was pushing us away all the time because the iframes are too low.
I think it's not even about the damage, it's also the knockback that's very annoying.
The knockback it's farther, right? Like it pushes you back farther?
It feels like that, but I don't know.
It feels like it. I don't think so. I think it's the same, but because it's more frequent as a warrior, it's very hard to like stay in melee range. And if you're taking damage, you're taking damage, but it really hinders DPS, which is like the worst part.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, I mean, if you're always getting pushed back, and then the meso cost on top of that.
That's like
it's really hard.
That's the part
that really makes
it brutal.
Like let me, and this is why I am telling you guys that I see it from a perspective of like a business business and having more customers, if you will, like more players. Like if you imagine this, like a normal player. There were situations in my playthrough where I was about to be broke in a way that I had to go back to a very low level area to farm pots, right? Or something like that. I was very close to that, but never got there. I was always be able to manage. I started making good profit after level 30 plus, like actually like seeing an improvement on profit. And imagine like a regular player that is not like hardcore than I am or whatever, right? If that player gets to that state of like being poor, like ridiculously poor, he would be like, oh, do I have to sit down on a chair or go back to like farm pots I don't know, and they just quit, right? So there are so many games out there like that people would be, I would just play the next thing, whatever, and they just drop this thing immediately. But in my opinion, I think it would be healthy to have more players, like to have a solid foundation of this game, and then like to be one of the top classic experiences, so
so it needs to be a little bit more friendly towards like your typical player. And I think a lot of people forget that like the average Mapler, like the average Maple player has like fond memories for it and comes back with a nostalgia, but they don't really get past like Ludi PQ level range. Do you know what I mean? Like I feel like your typical player, that's around where they stop. Like once Ludi PQ's over, they really slow down and they might even quit, So for it to be really brutal in the first 10, 20 levels, it's not good, because that's not going to keep them around.
Yeah, I agree. I think that the game is like very punishing right now. So I wanted to address a few things, right? Because some people have been bringing up that drop rate is too low and that meso is too low. And I don't think that's the big problem. I think that keeping inflation low, like keeping drop rates low will keep inflation low, which I think is good. However, just because drop is low overall, potions shouldn't be very scarce. So I think that they should find a way to either provide more potions, because if you do everything correctly and you know about the game, like us three, you play the game, you're barely like managing.
Yes,
So a person
correct.
that's new to the game, that is bound to make mistakes, that is bound to go to high level areas and not know they're high level until he dies, they're not going to be able to afford potions. They're not going to be able to like afford that low level grind. And there was actually a study on like player retention and gaming retention a few years back. It was a player retention in the first week of gameplay, right? Like if you play more than a week, you are more likely to stay for it for at least a few months. And if you quit it in the first week, you're less likely to like ever play the
Come
game
back.
again.
Correct. Yes.
And it's interesting, right? Because 90% of the people that quit in the first week actually quit in like the first 2 hours. And like
God.
70% was in the first 1 hour. So
Yeah.
that
That's
tells you that first impressions in a game and like first introduction and interactions in a game really matter with player retention, especially in a live service game like MapleStory. And people are not going to stick around if they realize they are, past level 10. Okay, we got done with the tutorial and we did our first job, and then you're having a struggle. You're in the struggle bus even to like farm the first levels because you run out of potions. I think that has to be like fixed.
Do you know?
Especially
Do you
for
guys?
people that have never played the
Do you
game.
guys know Just Face?
Yes. Yeah. He covers like all the MMOs and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I follow him
I
and
don't know
listen
who that
to. Oh, what? That guy is
Josh
super famous.
Strife-Hayes, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
like-
Josh
Yeah,
Strife
yeah.
Hayes.
Mhm.
Yeah. Never
Just
mind.
Strife Hayes, yeah. Amazing guy. So
He's the goat.
he is, and he talks about many MMOs. And one thing that I agree so much with him is that it's the games. MMOs are supposed to eliminate as well, not all games, but MMOs are supposed to eliminate as many quitting moments as possible. And this is what people don't understand. If you are a returning player, you used to play Classic a long time ago and you're coming back, whatever, but you are a little bit rough around the edges in the game, and then you come into the game and it is that rough at the beginning, that's a quitting moment right there. And
100%.
then we need to understand, and that's what something that Just Rafe says, is that we need to understand that not everybody is a sweat. I mean, MMOs, like people say like, oh, I really like Dark Souls. I love Dark Souls and I love Elden Ring. I love it. One of my favorite games. Elden Ring, Sekiro, one of my I love hard games. But that's because those games are sold like that. Those are not MMOs. And this game is not sold as hardcore MMO, Dark Souls like MapleStory. It's like this is not the selling point of this MMO. The selling point of this MMO is an MMO that have fun or whatever. And if it's so brutal at the beginning, you just shit, I'm gonna go play, I don't know, Fortnite or whatever. So, and it's interesting because people also say, like I said, I've had discussions with people about this, like in many fronts. It's like, oh, but you have a hardcore World of Warcraft that you die and that's it, and people love that. It's very popular. And I'm like, yes, but like these are two different MMOs, and World of Warcraft has a huge player base. It's different. Like MapleStory doesn't have that player base. So, and yeah, I mean, I feel like if they release the game right now as it is, people are gonna join. Quitting moment, and it doesn't get where I want it to be. I want MapleStory to be one of the top classic experiences out there, with, of course, maybe not as world classic or old school RuneScape or whatever, but out there, so it has the potential. MapleStory is popular.
It has the potential to be, uttered in the same breath as OSRS and WoW Classic. I believe that. Like top 5 classic MMOs for sure.
Yeah, I think it can be top 5, top 3 even. I don't ever think it's gonna be bigger than OSRS or WoW Classic, but it can be like the third top, and that is like enough recognition of its own, right? Like the big 3 classic. Right now, people think classic MMOs, and the first thing that comes to mind is OSRS and WoW Classic. Sometimes people will mention a third or fourth, but they default to those 2 games, and defaulting to Maple as the third biggest would be really cool, right? Like when people talk classic games, they say MapleStory. One thing that you were mentioning, Layman, is that people love hardcore WoW. I'm a big WoW player. I play Classic. I actually
Yeah.
started playing WoW after Classic launched. That was my first interaction with the game. I loved it so much that I played it for a few years. However, people can opt into hardcore or out of hardcore, right? Like there's you can play hardcore, but you can just opt out of that and just play the game as slow and as patient and as easy as you want it, right? If you don't care about dying and you want to play like a hunter or warlock, which are like the easy classes. And so that should be somewhat of an option in MapleStory, right? Like playing easy mode, quote unquote, should be okay. Like you shouldn't be defaulted to hardcore. People say that, oh, you know, MapleStory has to be the hardcore game. It always has been. Well, maybe that's something that can change, I think. I mean, the experience has been awesome. Turning PQ was awesome, although not very rewarding. Hopefully they fix that. But I think the experience was awesome. And if you want a challenging game, MapleStory has 200 levels, Brad. 200.
It's
There's
years
no
of
reason
gameplay.
yeah, years and content and like how do you say that? Like expansions of different countries. So, well, I don't know if to say countries, whatever, like locations in the game world. But what I'm trying to say is, you don't have to make the game Dark Souls from level 10. It has 200 levels. Like you could say after like level 90, it starts becoming really challenging, and after 120, it starts becoming Dark Souls, right? But maybe the beginning doesn't have to be that hard, right?
Right.
Maybe the
This is
like,
yeah. This is the
welcoming.
point. There is someone in your chat, Eleveni, that said the mentality of people joining classic MMOs is that they're hardcore by nature, because classic is typically associated with hardcore. And the problem with that is not necessarily, especially at the beginning. That's the problem. Like at the beginning, a classic experience, let's say, like for example, World of Warcraft. Like, I'm not talking about World of Warcraft hardcore, because that's literally for hardcore players. Like the basic WoW classic. Like at the beginning, it's fine. I mean, you do your quests, everything is okay. Later on, you start seeing elite mobs and other mobs. And then you go from there. Like WoW Classic is not like brutal in the sense of like, oh my god, what am I supposed to do? You always have quests to do, and running out of money is very unlikely. Like the problem with what I saw is like, Jesus Christ, it was ridiculous. It was brutal, like how little money we had. And they did something interesting with this game where they made mobs, like with this classic world, they made mobs hit harder. And they increased the amount of HP and MP that potions give, but they kind of counter each other. So now you have pods that technically are cheaper because now they heal more, but at the same time you need more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You need a lot more. That's where
you need a lot
the
more.
balance is really off there.
And I really like that's something for the videos that I would create later on about that when this is over. But I really like the fact that the game is more challenging when it comes to the mobs hitting you, like the hitting like damage and whatever. Because one thing is I hated about MapleStory Classic back then is that before you went to a place like Deep Looty or whatever, mobs were hitting you like nothing. It was whatever. Oh, like they need to hit me like 20 times or 10 times to kill me or something like that. And then all of a sudden you go to Deep Looty and you die in 2 hits.
Yep.
So you're not trained. You're like, no, there's not a training process. It's like, all of a sudden, boom, you're dead. It's like, what? I cannot be here. I'm not supposed to die in 2 hits. Let me go back to what it was. So here, I like that there is a training on that regard, that you have to lock in a lot of cases. You cannot just like brain dead, like, oh, I'm gonna die in 20 hits or something, so whatever, I can pod slowly and not focus that much. But I was locked in. When I was like a warrior in the ant tunnel, I was completely locked in. Like
I died like 3 times in KPQ. I had to start paying attention, you know?
King Slime slaps. And so do the crocodiles, honestly.
Lock in 100%. And then I like that because then you're more trained to that. But at the same time, pods should be more accessible. Like that's my problem. Like one of my main problems is like pods should be if they're gonna keep it like this curve of difficulty, pods should be more accessible for sure. But
Yeah, I mean, it's
I
just a
think that's
matter
fair
of getting the balance right with either the meso drops, or I know they did actually buff potion drops. And I don't know if you guys noticed that in the past day or two, that potions were dropping a little bit more frequently, which
I
helps.
noticed.
I might have
I thought
noticed
it
a
was
little
me.
bit, but
I
I'm
thought
not
it was
sure.
me.
I thought it was me too, but some people were mentioning that, and I was like, oh yeah, you know what, you're right. And you know what else? The like buff pots were dropping more too, like the sniper pots, the speed potions, like, you know, the little vials, like those are dropping more too, which is interesting, because those actually like are pretty NPCable. But yeah, it's just a matter of making that balance work out so that breaking even is like the default, basically, where breaking even should be pretty much guaranteed unless you're getting hit way more than you do damage. And then on top of that,
Correct.
just like a little bit of equipment drops makes the profit. And that's the way it, you know, traditionally has been. So it's like, people say MapleStory was rough back in the day, but it wasn't this rough, right? So they just need to at least bring it back to that level where it was a little bit more sustainable. Because yeah, they have a long time to ramp up that difficulty, you know?
Yeah, I told you when you started, it's like 2,000 pesos is a lot. You'll see.
So he got like 8,000. He's like, oh, 8,000 is you're rich.
Dude, I would not have made it. I was like, I had this dude Jeffru showing up at every single stream. He would just drop by and give me like 100 lemons, 100 orange pots, like a bunch of arrows. If it wasn't for him and then like a couple other people who helped me out,
Right.
I think I would have been like going back to like to pigs or something, like something super sustainable, or maybe I would have stayed at Octopus forever. Like it was really hard
I'd stay
to
at
make
Octopus
profit.
like for a lot. Yes, it was. It was
Octopus
terrible.
30.
The same guy, like Emperor Bello in the chat, is saying talking about the drops and how cheap they are right now to sell on the NPC.
Yeah.
That is
I'm okay
yeah,
with
that
that
is-
actually.
yeah,
Sorry to
yeah.
cut you off, but
Yeah,
No
I'm
problem.
okay too with that actually. There is an interesting thing that I hope people catch up with it in the economy of the game, which is another topic of another video that I want to talk about. The economy of the game right now and Classic, it's gonna be different than what we know. For example, like before in Classic, I used to be a hermit, and steelies used to be between, if I remember correctly, something like between 7 mil to 10 mil for one steely. The economy of the game has changed in a way that I hope people notice that mesos are worth more, if that makes sense. Like before, like meaning that right now in this Classic world experience, a steely should not be 7 mil or 10 mil or whatever. Obviously, depending on how much people are willing to pay. But I think a steely price would drop to 2 mil or something, and 2 mil would be the equivalent of 10 mil before. That's what I'm trying to say. Like mesos, I don't know if you guys noticed that mesos are worth more. That if you sell a steely for 2 mil, it's good or something like that. There's
I agree,
something
no,
there.
like-
Yeah.
There's less inflation in the game, basically. Like I saw the most expensive items in beta going for like 400,000. At this point, the amount of farm that people have done, some of the obviously the level 50s, they would have probably back in the day gotten millions and millions. That item, instead of selling for 400,000, probably would have sold for like 10 mil back in the day. And yes, I believe that someone could have gotten 10 mil in this beta back in the day, right? Some people farmed crazy amounts, right? But that's good for the game, I think, because when you limit the generated meso, so when I say generated, is either the meso that comes from the ground or when you sell to a NPC in the game, it's not traded meso. Like traded meso is perfect for the economy. Generated meso, however, really scales exponentially with bots, right? And so if they keep the generated meso in the game very low and you also see that, I'm sure you already know, but whenever you trade, now it's a flat 5% decrease, right? So before it was like 1 to 2% to 3%.
Right, it's scaled with the amount.
Maximum. Now it's a flat 5% always. So not only is there less meso generated in the game, there's also more meso leaving the game through trades. And so I think that's just a hard counter to further inflation in the game. Because if they keep things like super inflated, people are gonna like reach the 2 billion mark, which is like the meso cap. They're gonna reach that in a few weeks. Like bots will reach that in a few weeks, and then they're just gonna start selling in the like third-party websites or whatever.
Yeah, and funny enough, like the fact that the drops are cheaper, it helps with the concept that I was mentioning in our last conversation, where gachapon I think is gonna happen. I think it's gonna happen in some way or another. I hate it. I would hate it if it happens. Let's say that it happens. It's less likely to profit out of gachapon like random drop items, because selling them on the NPC is gonna be, you're gonna get less mesos, right? So, I know the economy, like the whole economy, inflation or whatever, will catch up, as someone was saying in the chat, but I hope that it catches up properly, that people understand that things cannot be sold so high. Obviously, it depends on what the market. This is like MMO is like the real. Like people would sell it as the price that the other people are willing to buy it. So it's gonna catch up to a point. It's like, what's the price of a steely, to put an example, in this economy? And people probably would play around with it. Is it 5 mil? Never sold. Nobody's bought it. Is it 4? Is it? And then go from there. So.
And just, well, to some degree, that like also scales with like just the age of the server, though. Like I remember in Artale, you guys know the Diao Chen sword that would drop from Cloud Foxes? It's like super, super rare. Well, in Artale, like, you know, going luckless was the way to go. And that was the best weapon you could have. You know, most people were rocking Yellow Umbrella that they bought for like 200k or something. But the Diao Chen sword would be an upgrade over that. But like at the time, I remember there was only one on the market, and they were like wanting like, I don't know, 15 mil for it or something. But over time, you know, you started to see that number creep down as more entered the market, and you'd start to see them for 5 mil, 2 mil, you know, 1.5. And I think that's where I bought in. At one point I got it like when it was actually affordable. But so it's like, that's another aspect of it, that it's like there's the scarcity of like super rare items that will also make it super high at first. And then you have the other aspect, which is just that people don't have that much money at first.
I've never seen this sword in my life. Oh, this is a one-handed sword.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a warrior system.
So
It's also a
you could
cash
use
shop item, which is funny.
Yeah.
Okay, I've never seen this sword in my life.
It's
Anyways.
a really cool looking sword. But yeah, I think some items, depending on the rarity and it's like the production to demand curve.
Yeah.
Where if there's little production and there's really high demand, things are gonna go up through time. Or if there's more production because there's more people farming that, then the demand is gonna go low technically, and so the prices are gonna go down. So it all depends, right? I think very, very rare items, as time goes on, they're gonna go more and more expensive. Things like Ilby, for example, because since it's very limited farm spots, I think they only drop from Mushmom.
Mushmom,
right?
and as of now, I think it's Mushmom. Said
And Zombie Mushmom.
Yeah, Zombie
probably.
Mushmom
And
too.
then
Right?
Hwabi is from.
Or they only
I don't think Zombie Mushmom drops it.
Yeah, before Hwabi dropped from Zombie Mushmom, but I think.
Oh, it says like BBB says Zombie Mushmom as well.
No,
Let me check. Yeah,
now
let me check
in Classic World, what people have found is both the Mushmoms drop Ilby, then Hwabi drops from Balrog, because Hwabi's actually stronger now. They increased the weapon attack, when before both of them were the same.
Wait, when you said Hwabi?
Yeah, Hwabi is stronger now. Ilby, I think, is 27 weapon attack, and then Hwabi is now 29.
Oh, that. Oh, that used to be 27. I remember.
Yeah.
What's the same?
Well, Hwabi's buffed now, and it only drops from Balrog, I imagine. I don't know if the Rotten Mushmom, which is also high level, drops it. But...
Well, in Classic World, it's the highest level one, right, of the Mushmoms. That they lowered Zombie Mushmom, lowered regular Mushmom, and now the new whatever it's called, the poison one, is the highest.
Yeah.
So, but that one, do we know the drop table? No, right?
I don't know.
Nemi, someone is saying that Nemi's in the armor shop.
Ooh.
Do you want to
let's go take a look.
Oh yeah.
haven't seen Emmy in person yet. I've seen Inkwell a couple times, but
I love her helmet.
Yeah, her helmet is OP. Ooh, did I crash? I don't know.
no, I thought the same thing, dude.
Oh,
Are we getting
okay.
trolled? Oh my god.
Oh, we got trolled.
Oh.
Oh man.
Oldest trick in the book,
I
man.
got one shot at Jesus Christ. They one shot me.
Where's Nemi? Is she actually here?
Oh, yeah, Nemi is here. I see.
Yeah.
What is
Nemi,
Nemi?
why?
I don't see her.
That's hilarious though. Okay, we got trolled. I'm just gonna stay here then.
I gotta turn it
Oh,
down.
Nemis have killed them all.
Don't they have
Yeah,
the
she's-
GM command? Kill all?
Yeah. Okay, so one thing I wanted to ask was, how did you feel turning PQ is like the state of turning PQ right now?
Bro, it's disappointing. Okay, look, it's fun. It's just as fun as it always has been. I had a great time. I had a whole night where all I did was KPQ. You know, we tried to get everybody in the party slime shoes, which didn't really happen. I don't think only 2 of us got it, but it was a blast, and that's fine. They don't gotta change it. It's just that the meso cost was so bad. Like, I burned through all my cash, and by the end of the night, like, I had no money to continue. Like, you know, I couldn't keep going. So you know, obviously the slime shoes were worth getting, and I got like my little bamboo hat, which was great. But actually, those items aren't even that strong anymore when you think about it. Kruyo, who's someone who's been playing with me a lot these past few days, identified that like their level 25 shoe that they could buy, or level 20 shoe something that they could buy from the store, actually like gave better stats than the slime shoes. So as it stands, I gotta either buff the rewards from KPQ, or I mean, I don't know, maybe it's just another symptom of just the damage from monsters being too high. You know, because if it wasn't so hefty on the potion cost, it might be more worth it.
It's crazy when I do KPQ, I get the box, I open the box, and I'm more happy if I get 8 aquamarine ores than I am from the bamboo hat. Like,
dude, I was happy when I got elixirs, because you'd get like what was it, 4 of them or something, like, and those sell for 1k each. So
what?
Yeah.
Oh, well, 8 elixirs, sorry, not 8 elixirs, 8 ores sell almost for 1k each. So I was like, holy.
Oh,
money.
right, like to a player, you mean? Yeah. Yeah,
No,
nobody
that
wants
is
elixirs
fair.
anymore because they suck.
If you have what's
The
it called?
cooldown? Yeah, I mean, the cooldown is interesting because it reminds me of modern MapleStory. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
The pods have a cooldown. Maybe they would be useful for bosses instead of just using them like on regular basis. So, I don't know.
I think if they're gonna have a cooldown, they need to at least stay as strong as they were. You know.
I agree.
think they
I'm
are,
okay
no?
with them
No,
having
no.
a
The
cooldown.
regular one is only 35% instead of 50.
The regular one is the pink-ish one, right?
Yeah.
How much it used to be? 50?
Yeah,
Or
50%.
75? 50? Okay.
Yo, I can't click on
I
Nemi.
mean,
I
I
wanted to see
think power
Nemi's game.
elixirs are still 100, but I haven't even seen a power elixir in the game yet.
I suppose
Yeah,
you would
you
only
guys-
get one from Balrog, right?
You guys
Yeah,
will
probably.
definitely, I think you guys would definitely like my breakdown of like different things, because there is so much like weird like stuff when it comes to classes that I don't understand. Like, for example, what was the reason of removing bow walking from archers? I don't understand. Like I think they should have left it so when you max your mastery, like the last level, it's like, oh, it removes bow walking or something like that,
well,
right? So
Let me
Me
chime
and
in on
11
that,
are gonna
actually.
beef
Let me
about
chime in.
this, but
So, I was actually impressed with power knockback. So something I discovered yesterday is that at first it knocks back 2 enemies, but it is like 100% chance if you hit, as long as you don't miss, that you will knock them back. And then on top of that, with our new buff, or debuff, I should say, Amazon's Judgment, which with 1 point you can make it so that 50, half of your crits, over half of your crits are going to give them like a pretty significant speed debuff. That makes it so that the guaranteed crit from power knockback makes it so it's like a really powerful crowd control ability just at level 1. So as long as you have 1 point on Amazon's Judgment, you throw 1 point on Power Knockback. That actually, to me, like I realized, like at level 30, I'm way better off with Power Knockback than Arrow Bomb, because Arrow Bomb only has 30% stun chance, but Power Knockback is like gonna knock them back, even though it's only 2 enemies, and then give them a slow. So I'm pretty happy with it, honestly, as long as it stays like the way it is, where it's 100% chance to knock back.
Oh, okay.
And
it gives them a slow as well? Oh, because of the other passive.
Yes, it's because of the slow. The slow from Amazon's Judgment, which is a first job skill, which is really cool. That's like the best thing that they added to first job, because it's actually really powerful.
Then if that's the case, that's fine. Like if to me, then if the Power Knockback is 100% like chance, 100% like guaranteed.
Yes.
And then 2 enemies, let's say 1 level of it. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so the knockback's guaranteed, and then it has a 100% chance to apply that debuff, because it's guaranteed.
Slow.
It's guaranteed to crit, which is what procs the debuff.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
I think I don't know. I'm kind of in the other side of the spectrum. Like I'm okay with them removing bow whacking again, but I understand that they want to keep like the identity of like bow whacking and stuff. But I actually heard a very interesting comment from one of the people. I think it was in Dino Fry's chat, and they said, "What if they change?" And you played Bowman 11, I kind of want to see your perspective on this. What if they change our knockback to first job and change the Amazon's Judgment to second job? Do you think that would make it feel better, at least for first job?
I think that would be acceptable, yeah. I think that if they did that, Power Knockback is going to be even more desirable early on, because that's like the main struggle you have, is keeping enemies out of your face, you know? That's like all the gameplay of an archer really revolves around spacing with the enemies. And, you know, in first job, since your damage is so pitiful, it's like, you know, things like pigs, like they're going to get all up on you. And one thing that, you know, at first I thought it would help is that double shot hits 2 enemies now. And at first thought you're like, okay, that's good. And it works on like snails and stuff, but on higher level enemies like, I don't know, horny mushrooms or something, if your double shot is hitting them and not hitting them hard enough, it's not going to even knock them back. And so then you're aggroing 2 enemies, and then you're going to get run over, right? So yeah, in that regard, like I don't want them to change that. I want double shot to stay as the little pseudo AoE that it is. But I agree that I would accept that Power Knockback being available earlier, because it really is fundamental to Archer gameplay. Like it's, you know what I mean? It's not like Mastery or Booster, which is like quality of life things. Like it's absolutely necessary. And Amazon's Judgment, it seems like almost just like a buff to that. So I could see that, although, you know, I don't know. I don't expect them to do that, but I would like it.
I'd like it too. If they keep bow whacking in the game, I think that would be a cool change. I mean, I know it's a little drastic, giving them Power Knockback first job. People might say it's not very classic, right? But I think it would be a good change for Bowman, especially because Amazon's Judgment only procs when you crit.
Yes.
And early game, obviously your crit isn't very high, and you have to put a few points into crit. What's it called? Like crit mastery.
Critical shot.
Or yeah, you have to put a few points into critical shot first, and even that isn't like very, very high.
Even when you max it, there's only a 1/4% chance to crit.
Like 35%, I think.
25 what on top of your, like, if you have no other crit sources, critical shot maxed,
30?
you have 25% crit rate.
Okay.
So
yeah, so even that's a little low.
It is.
And so since it only procs when you crit, Amazon's Judgment, I think that could be left for later, and then PKB in first job.
Yeah.
But you know, that's just something I saw in the comments, and I hadn't even thought about that. I'm all the time in theory crafting and thinking about how the game can be better, but still keep the essence of classic. And that was a comment that really, you know. Sorry, I'm blanking in English right now.
Yeah, something that you guys don't know is the warriors have some weird stuff about their first job skills, where a lot of important skills are like too expensive. For example, like everybody has 61 skill points in the first job to put, and warriors right now have how much? 55 that are kind of a must. Like for example, power strike is 20, and if you like some people, don't max it, but you have to max it if you want to improve your damage, right? So it's the same as slash blast. If you want to have the maximum amount of damage that you can, you should max it. Also, you have the new precise strike, which is 20 accuracy, and warriors desperately need that. And after that, you have like 6 left. That's it. And max HP increase is 15, costs 15 to max. And then you have Iron Body, which costs 20 to max. And obviously, you're not supposed to max all of the skills based on the classic experience, but Iron Body is interesting because it gives at level 1 10% weapon defense increase for 300 seconds, which is like decent enough. So you can put 1 point and that's it. But like the HP one, you cannot even get close to max it. And right now, as a warrior, I have level 40. I only have like 1 HP, and it's because of that. So right now, I'm supposed to get more XP, but I'm not. So I think that's something interesting that they have to look into, where maybe either reducing the amount of skill points that Power Strike and Slash Blast require, because warriors are the only, I think it's the only class that must put points into mobbing skills. And the other classes have to decide, right? Hunters have the double shot and the power shot or something, and you don't need to have both. You can just have one or the other. Assassins the same, rogues the same thing, and magicians the same. But warriors, you need power strike and you need slash. So you need both of them, and both of them are 20 points. And now precise strike is another must that you must max it, or else you're gonna miss. Right now with the state of the game. So I wonder, I hope that they do reduce the, how do I say, the price, or if you will, like how expensive
the skill
they are.
Requirement, I guess.
Yeah. And because it should be nice that you could either max HP or Iron Body, one of the two. Like, and you can decide, right? So at the end of it do not have all of the skills. But right now you can't do either, or if you do it, your damage is obliterated.
I think the accuracy passives, which I guess what precise strikes does that. Yeah. And then for bowmen, even though it's a buff skill focus, like the times that I would pump focus is because I was missing too much, right? So I'd respec and pump into focus. I think that those are not the funnest build knobs, if that makes sense. If you're talking about like knobs that dial in a certain amount of stats, right? So I'd be interested to see if once they fix the accuracy and something like focus and precise strikes become kind of just like a bonus that allows you to maybe be more lax on your dex requirement, for example, for warriors, instead of being an absolutely necessary passive. That may allow for, a little bit more diversity in skill build, which I think is like one of the things that I really enjoyed in the beta is that respecking was so easy. I don't imagine it's going to be as free as it is now, but I'm hoping they keep it somewhat accessible and not like, how before you had to buy a reset for every single point, so it was like really expensive to do. Because I really did enjoy swapping things around. Like there was one night where I did arrow blow, and I saw the merit of that, where it's like sometimes you would want arrow blow depending on what I'm training at. And then other times, later on, I tried to max Amazon's Judgment and not going full range on Eye of Amazon and with double shot. Experimenting with that, I think was fun. And I'm hoping that they keep that somewhat, make that like a new flavor, like the fact that not every single character is going to have the same build. Because I just think that's more interesting, because if there's just one best build for every first job, every second job, it's almost like, what's the point of the build?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, if they introduce something like dual spec in the game.
Yeah, I would love that.
I don't know.
I would love that.
Yeah, I actually did the same of like the respecking, and it was interesting actually. It was a good addition. Obviously it's gonna be gated through next on cash, but if it's just like you respect the full thing and it's not as expensive, it would be an interesting option. Like at least like for example, let's say for mages, right? So they have the light bulb or whatever, like at the beginning, and then they respec it to the claw or something later on. Can afford it because it's more expensive mana wise or whatever it is, right? So, or like you said, like you need more accuracy. So let me respec so I can get the accuracy through the buff thing that you guys have. I forgot the name. Forgot the name. So yeah, respecing is. I noticed how much I liked it when I was playing the game.
Yeah, the sign that I have that they might be open to that being more accessible than before is just the fact that all the skills, even more so than before, there's more skills to put points into that you could possibly max out, which points to the fact that like you're not supposed to have everything maxed out, and that that rewards respecking. So I'm hoping that that's something that they're open to.
I think Warrior gets the shortest end of the stick out of like all this respecking thing because since they don't have, realistically, they don't have any attacks in second job. I think they're the only class in the game that doesn't get a second job attack. Yeah. So they have to use Power Strike and Slash Blast. At least for fighter, all the way to 120.
Let me open the notes that I have for the videos that are coming. For example, with the topic of warriors, there is one that is too many expensive skills. What's their strength? A question mark. It's like let's be honest with that, because warriors, if you think about it, it's like, oh, what's the strength of warriors right now as of like this close beta? Oh, they tank more. No, they don't, because they take like a lot of hits and iframe ridiculously low. So they take a bunch of like they don't tank that much. No, that doesn't exist.
They're not tanking. You can't even put points in max HP.
Exactly. So then it's like, oh, they have the first AoE mob ability. Sucks. Like, because now it's like only 4 and you actually hit very low. It's not like you're clearing a bunch of mobs. It's like in order for Last Splash to do something, you need a lot of gear, and it's not like as impressive as the others, because on second job, everybody has better AoE. Like hunters have better AoEs, and the fire poison mages, and now even the clerics have better AoE.
Arrows. It's like, so embarrassing, man.
Yeah. So what's the strength? Question mark. And then bad at everything? Question mark. And then final attack. I hate that final attack locks you in place. I don't understand why they don't make it so it doesn't, because I like to jump around and move around. So, and sometimes a random final attack would come up that would lock me in place, and I don't want it. I just slows me down. So final attack should get more improvement, definitely. And Power Guard is another one that is weird that I'm gonna talk about. The good thing is like reduces damage in this like insane situation where mobs are hitting quite hard, so there is something there, which is fine. Weapon masteries, I want to talk about them and their benefits and their downsides. Like, I have the interesting like a lot of topics for warriors. I want to go down and break it down in a video. So yeah, it's warriors are pathetic right now, actually.
Well, they seem to be aware of it, at least. They know that Inkwell did say that the clerics and mages in general seem to be stronger than they expected, and that warriors need the most help.
Where do you see that?
They said Inkwell said that like
yesterday. Yeah, Inkwell actually, someone brought up like, do you think any classes need changes? And Inkwell by name said, we are looking at warriors at the moment. Like, that is their number one focus, I think.
I hope so. Jesus Christ. Because I love water, and I'm going to make water because I want to walk around as a page with an aura around me. This guy's a high level page. How did you do it? But
they get major props.
Yes, but at the same time, I want it to be a little bit more interesting and fun and not brutal. And I'm gonna in the video that I'm gonna make, do a side-by-side comparison on the iframe. I went into another server that is classic, basically with the old how do I say, the old iframes, and it's ridiculous the difference. It's like I told you, it's 3 times, and you will see it in the video. It's so bad. I'm like, why did they change that? The iframes that literally affects the waters the most in an insane way. Sorry, like because the other ones, if you think about it, and the bandits as well. But the other classes are range, right? So they are gonna stay as far away as possible most of the time. So they're not gonna experience the iframe problem as much as warriors would, and it's insane the difference. I didn't believe it at the same time. It's like 3 times as slow. No, it doesn't. It can't be. And then when I check, it's like, oh shit, it is.
Yeah. No, it was definitely a huge indirect nerf to warriors. To everybody, but definitely warriors felt it the most.
I couldn't do PQ. I couldn't do KPQ. I did it a couple of times. I got carried by some people in the community. They say, "Oh, Layman, go." Yeah, exactly. They say it's okay. You're gonna be a burden, but it's okay. And I did it a couple of times with them, and I was literally just not being able to fight King Slime because it was impossible.
Yeah, bro. I mean, at least they're gonna get some love. Hopefully, they get some love in the accuracy department and everything else. I think that a lot of people were complaining about Slash Blast getting nerfed to 4 instead of 6. I think 4 is fine if you want to keep like Ice Lightning as the quote-unquote AOE king. But bro, if you're gonna nerf Slash Blast like capacity from 6 to 4, at least raise its damage.
Yeah,
felt like it was very underwhelming.
It should have been distributed.
Warrior. Yeah, I played a little bit of Warrior, and Slash Blast felt very underwhelming damage-wise. At least range-wise, it felt good. The range
range-wise, it was good. Range was good.
But the damage, I feel like it's so low, and there's very little scenarios that you even have to use it. That most people that reach 50, they just spam Power Strike all the way to 50. And if you're spamming Power Strike all the way to 50, how is that not just worse than a bandit? Like, bandit just seems like the better warrior because you don't get max HP because you don't have points for it. Mm-hmm. You don't use Slash Blast. If you're only power striking, Savage Blow is just 10 times better. Well, not 10 times, but at least 50% better.
Of course.
But yeah.
That's right.
And they also got more accuracy. And they have 20% stance.
Someone said opinion on level 1 to 20, 1 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, and let's say 30 to 40 in my case. 1 to 10 is just fine. It's the same thing. It's normal, it's good, it's chill. Nothing to say about from level 1 to 10. It's like whatever. 10 to 20 is brutal. It's too much. 20 to 30 is even more brutal because in 20 to 30, you feel like you can go to the ant tunnel, but you cannot. So you go back to the old stuff because you at the ant tunnel you're not gonna break. You are gonna lose money at the ant tunnel. And then 30 to 40 is when I started to see, well, at least with the warriors, I started to see profit. And the problem with the profit was that I was seeing profit at the still at the ant tunnel. So I was leveling up at the same ant tunnel level 37 and so on, because if I try to go to the higher level parts, let's say to the loopings of Elenia or whatever, I was not gonna break even. Like for example, the Firebores, I was not breaking even there because I was taking too much damage and whatever. So yeah, it feels like when you start making actual profit is like after level 30. So yeah,
I feel that.
My game is.
Are you guys seeing?
Like,
I was gonna say like all the chats are coming in at the exact same time, and then after that it just freezes up for a bit.
Yeah, this is a stress right there.
You know, it's funny they want to take a picture, but it's like, who's gonna be in this picture? It's just gonna be like a big jumble.
Oh my god, Jesus Christ.
They gotta take a picture of like every corner of Lith Harbor.
I'm hoping they have some kind of way to do that, right?
Hopefully, that'd be awesome.
It's wild. It's insane.
Well, overall, I really enjoyed my time in the beta. I would have hoped to play more, but you know, I'll take what I
Oh
can
my
get.
god, I am
man.
just like alone with Inkwell right now on the screen. Oh, what happened? Oh, everybody disappeared on my screen.
Are you? Did you just like walk out?
No,
Hank
no.
was taking a picture with you. Someone said that's why you go pigs till 35. Hoard your funds, then hit you, and they hit you for 1. Yeah, true. I feel like the defense, they're trying to like buff equipment, and they changed a lot of stats and equipment, which I thought was really cool. And then, in theory, it sounds cool, but in practice, it really didn't matter. I feel like you could be wearing nothing, and you could be wearing a full set of level 50 gear, and you still took like about the same damage.
Yeah, that's what I loved about Layman, your video that exhibited that, you know, with all the gear you could put on, it didn't make much of a difference at all.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, which is crazy because they had been buffing actually like the values of armor or whatever weapon defense that the gear gives you. So at first I thought coming in like, wow, we're gonna be tankier and everything, but
yeah, I thought so too.
So maybe it's just a matter of tuning down the way the damage from monsters interacts with it. I guess the formula.
There is like a lot of things. Like for example, the scrolls. I was checking them out. They still have like useless scrolls available that are for weapon. Like the 100% of weapon defense. Let's see. They give how much is it? My God, it's too laggy. Let me see.
The defense scrolls.
Yeah, overall armor, for example. Yeah, so it's +2 defense. Really? That does nothing. It's like like the 100%. Like, and let's say that the 60% give what 5. Let's be reasonable. That still sucks.
Yeah,
it does nothing. I'm not gonna
low.
blow. Like, yeah, I'm not gonna blow a slot just to put like fucking like 5 defense. Especially now that defense is higher, meaning that 5 defense is little to nothing. Like, funny enough, 5 defense +5 defense was more before than it is now, because you know it's just like what are we doing here?
Yeah,
it's
like a shield. A shield back then would give you like 20 defense. Now some of the warrior shields are like 70 defense. So like, oh
yeah, 100. You know what I mean?
And then
so
all of a sudden you want to scroll your shield for +2.
like,
yeah, there's something off about that.
It goes from 100 to 102.
Yeah, they should make these like either remove the, like for example, like shield defense scroll. Hold on, it's like.
Yeah, I'm looking at shield defense scroll right now.
Yeah, +2.
100%,
like +2, 100, and then 60% should be like what 5 or something. It's still 5. It's like
I think it's like 3.
Nothing. Yeah, I'll be reasonable. It's like 5, let's say. And it's just not. It's no. So bad. It's so bad.
There's this server I play, Chrono Story, like in the Maple Worlds.
Yeah.
Is it Chrono Story? I think so.
Yeah.
And they reworked like all the defense scrolls to actually be good. Like if you have a few, it's like whatever. But if you stack on defense, it actually makes a big difference because
it does. I noticed. Yeah.
Like 60% give you like 15 weapon and magic defense, and also HP. It gives you like all 3 stats. So if you have like a few gear properly scrolled, it starts making a difference actually.
100%. And I feel like I wish that they did that for this weapon defense like scrolls. It would be good that they make it so a warrior, for example, mainly I think it would be warriors, they can say, you know what, I'm gonna be tanky as fuck.
Yes, it should be a viable build to go like max weapon defense on stuff and it be worth it to some degree, you know. It should be like the conservative option if you want to save mesos,
100% go. Yeah, I would go that build, but doesn't exist. I mean, it's not gonna make a difference if I go like if I scroll my shield for +2 defense, you know. So I do hope that they look into those actually before releasing.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things that could be tweaked, but I think the game is, for the most part, like finished. I think someone said Inkwell mentioned they're like 70% done. Like 70% ready to release. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So somebody in the chat said, "So Orbis at lunch, yes or no?" And I love the lunch part.
No.
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 I hope not.
Um.
I hope not.
Yeah,
but
yeah, I hope not.
I
hope not.
feel like the precedent is there that it could be there, just because GMS launched with Orbis.
Yeah, I understand.
But if they did do that, I think it would almost necessitate a open beta, which I guess they're probably gonna do at this stage, because what didn't Inkwell say that they were gonna do like a mark of the beta of sorts?
Yeah.
Equa said that.
Yeah, he said that
Yeah.
they're gonna do a mark of the beta at some future opportunity. He was vague about it, but
What is mark of the beta? What does that mean?
it was the bandana. So people in the original GMS
Oh,
beta,
mark of the beta.
yeah, it was like the bandana.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think so too. At first, I thought they weren't going to do more betas, or they didn't actually need it. But with the state of the game right now, like how this beta, or technically it's not a beta, but how this test went, more testing might be needed. And also, that weird comment about mark of the beta makes me think that, yeah, there's probably going to be another test. Most likely.
Oh, look at Nemi with the other hat.
Whoa,
What?
really?
Where?
I see, like where the lag is.
Yeah, I
It's
just
on
saw
top of
Where the
some.
lag is.
I just saw somebody with a shop moving.
Oh, I see Inkwell jumping. Yo, let me screenshot you. I did. Where's Nemi without her hat?
No pay to win.
Holy moly. Oh, I see. She's at the top. That's cool.
Yeah, the when it comes to Orbis, like Orbis at lunch, yes or no? I would say, you know what? I would say yes, sure. Why not? I like quests. The fact that I have other continent to hunt for quests and get away from Victoria Island grind, sure. I mean, why not? But the problem is that if you add Orbis, I think naturally you have to add Elnath, no? Because then the tower is taking you nowhere, or the tower doesn't exist.
They have to have Elnath, but you know what they don't have to have right out the gate is the dungeon to Elnath. So like coolies and all that. That part they can
Okay.
keep gated.
Okay. You the guy that you talk to, and then it gets you to the.
Yeah, I think his name is Jeff.
I don't know.
His name is Jeff.
Yeah.
His name is Jeff. My name is Jeff. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah. I mean, I guess so. And then if you have the Nath, which like gated, you cannot go. I don't know, but if they just have Orbis basically and a little bit of, sure. I mean, I'm all for it because it makes the, like I said, like I can do other quests and stuff. So I don't know.
The world bigger, I guess.
Yeah. I do hope that they, like I said, look into the quests. I always try to be reasonable and think about deeper what do I want with my takes. Like, for example, I always say that quests should be better, but how better? Like, are we talking like when you complete a quest, should it be, should a quest give you 20%? Like in the level bracket that you are. Let's say that you and you complete a quest, it gives you 20% of the level. Should it do that? And I start thinking, I don't know. I mean, then you would fly through the levels doing quests now. So I think that a reasonable, let's say at level 30, amount of XP that a quest should give is like 10%. I think that's reasonable-ish.
I think so. There's not enough quests for that to be like, abusive.
Yes, that's right. And number two, I think it would be good to have a little bit more quests, like maybe 20% more, because I feel sometimes that there is not that many. I guess when you open the continents, then you get quests, I guess, but I don't know.
I think some of the quests were missing, or maybe they made them like higher level.
They did change some of the levels, I noticed.
Yeah, and I do think that I don't know, maybe they didn't have them for the beta just because, or maybe they just don't plan on having them on launch. I don't know the exact order that all of the quests came, because I know that in some patches more quests were introduced, so I'm not sure if they want to do that, like just introduce them later, or they just reserved themselves for this test. However, I do think that quests should give like 10 to 20% HP, EXP. I think the way I would balance it is...
I think it depends on the levels for me. It's like if you're low level, sure. Like if you're low level, Quest could give like easily 20%, maybe even.
Maple
30.
Island could be north of 20% easily.
Yeah. But like quest can be a little bit more EXP, a little bit more meso, or instead of meso, just give potions. And if you want to make the quests give more EXP and be more rewarding, what you can do to balance it is just make the quest harder. Because I feel like a lot of the harder quests back then, which was like, kill like 200 of this mob, they actually shortened it to like 30. However, they shortened it to 30, but the quest reward is ass. So I rather just kill 100 to 200 mobs and actually have it be rewarding. And maybe I have that like makes me have a little grind sesh in that new map that I never did before, right? So it makes me go out of my comfort zone or go out of my grind zone to have this little grind sesh. And at the end of it, I'm actually rewarded with a good quest reward.
Yeah,
Bro,
I'm totally with you on that. I don't mind it taking a long time because it facilitates the grind, It causes you to sit down in a place that maybe you wouldn't have stayed long, right? So going to some, kill 20 junior neckies is like kind of nothing. But having to, settle down and kill 100, that you might get a drop, while you're there. That's like, it's like an interesting moment that forces you to stay in a spot that you wouldn't normally spend any time in. And yeah, just make the reward better.
Yeah. Right now, some of the kill quests, because like party grinding is so prevalent, let's say, you can just party up and the quest is instantly done. Like it'll tell you to kill, I don't know, like 30 junior neckies. Maybe you already had some skins in your inventory. You'd find the party and the quest is done in like 2 minutes. But at the same time, okay, it's quick, but the reward is so bad that it really didn't even matter. That's just my take. I don't know.
Why have quests there if they don't matter at all? Yeah, exactly. So I'm just reading chat. It's like, why have quests if they don't matter at all? Exactly. I mean, right now, either quests should provide better rewards or they should provide more XP, whatever they want to do
Both.
it in this way. So, or both, right? So I'm down for both. And that's the problem. Like, I'm a completionist in this case. I will complete no matter what. And I'm gonna like run memes on it, like for example reading what is it that on and just make memes about it, but even like still outside of the memes and me like creating content around quests or whatever, they should definitely make it more worth it for people like to go for it. It's just too bad. It was not worth it at all. I was doing quests to test it, and that's why I didn't level up as fast. But yeah, I mean, should be definitely.
Basically, only people doing all the quests were just doing it for completionist sake, right? But I mean, I don't know. Just the fact that Maple's so limited on actual content, right? It really depends on its community to give it value or meaning, beyond just number go up. So I definitely think that quests should have more incentive. Because even if people don't read it, it helps you to explore the world and do more things.
Absolutely. And
it's just having a little bit, like, they don't need to go crazy, right? Like you were saying that, like, it could just scale with your level so that, once you're level 40, even if it only gives you like 5% or something, that's still worthwhile, I think.
Mm-hmm. If you're level 40, yeah, absolutely. If you're level 40, I would say maybe a little bit more, but if you're level 40 and you're doing a quest giving you between 5 and 10%, I think it's valid. I think it's good. I would do them. I think that's worth it. And yeah, rewarding you stuff at the end, right? So if there's a long question, something that matters, it's something I noticed on the what's it called? On the Forgotten Hollow. Is that the quests seem to be more tuned there. They were newer, right? They oh my god.
We're all gonna die.
Uh-oh, what happened?
There's junior Balrogs everywhere.
I don't even know what it is.
We're all being how do you say executed?
I'll die for the Maple gods. I'll be a sacrifice. Oh boy.
How do I know
Yeah,
once I've
influence-
taken the picture? That's what I want to know.
I took 2 pictures.
I died. I took my
But
picture.
I'm not seeing anywhere. Hold on. Okay. Hold on, let me.
Something
Yeah.
I want to say about Quest, bro. I wouldn't mind if they gave like 10% XP, because
Yeah, that's good.
think about it. Let's say at level 40, you get a handful of new quests, and the next like handful of quests is, let's say, at 45. So you jumping, let's say it's like 15 different quests, and you do all 15 quests. So that's like 10% each. That gets you to 41 and a half, maybe even 42 if you also like grind it. That means you still have to grind on your own from 42 to 45. Like there's still gonna be a good mix of good EXP every now and then from quest, but
Yeah.
also it won't just like boost you all the way to 70 or boost you all the way to 120.
Yeah, it's not
Whatever
going to
your goal
invalidate
is.
the grinding that you're going to need to do. It's just going to ease the arrival at a certain level bracket. Right? You get to level
Exactly.
35, maybe you get to 36 a little bit faster, but
Yeah.
you'll run out soon
then-
enough.
Exactly. It should be like a little mix of good quests that you run out of, and then you diversify with either doing PQs or doing some grinding in between. Like I would like the game to be a little bit more dynamic, where you have to mix all these things together and like make quest viable and good, but at the same time, those are gonna run out eventually.
Yeah, 10% is level 40 for a quest that is fine. I think also depending on the quest, I think that if the quest change, let's say you have 5 quests, for example, I think the last quest should give, to put an example, give more than normal, let's say 15%, or something, and then that's it. And people say, oh, wow, 20% for a quest, that's too much at level 40. And I'm like, well, yes, but like, well, let's say that you level to 41, right? You did all this quest and now you're level 41. At 41, there is no quest, right? So it's like, oh, you have to grind. It's not gonna you're gonna escape the grind through quest. But at the same time, if you decide to go the path of quest, I think it should definitely reflect a good reward, like experience-wise. And I don't think there is anything wrong with it. With that, I think there's actually a benefit, because a lot of people do like to do quests. Like you said, people like to explore. Like it's a good way to explore an area and whatnot. So obviously, like a game like an MMO like World of Warcraft is different than this game. But in World of Warcraft, when you get to an area, a bunch of quests, right? So
Yeah.
it allows you to explore the area, right? So you know it better. If you are interested about the lore, it tells you the lore of it. And I think that's the way quests are supposed to be, right? So tell you the lore and make you explore, make people like get away from the grind. And if they have to grind, let's say from level 40 to 50, if they let's say grind, if they did quests from level 40 to 41 and they basically leveled up that entire level doing quests, there shouldn't be, hey, that's wrong. No, I mean, it's just like they still have to grind a lot of that bracket, but at least they stressed out this. They remove some stress of the grind by doing quests. And right now, impossible.
Yeah.
You cannot do that.
Well,
Like, that's
yeah,
let-
right now you'd also waste so much money, right? Trying
Yes.
to do some of them.
That's right.
Yeah.
And that has to do with so many things like accuracy formula, and now you're getting, which is fine, but pods are harder to come by, even though they're technically cheaper. There is like so many like contradictions there, because, like I said, pods are cheaper. Technically, they heal you more, but mesos are scarce, more scarce, and so yeah, it's.
Speaking of exploration, what do you guys think about the monster book? Should they add that right away, or should that be later?
100%.
Yes.
One
Yes.
bajillion%.
Yes. I love that.
Yeah, here I have one of my topics, mobs. I have one of the I divided it in section with mobs. One of the things is monster cards and monster book, basically. that has to be in the game. Come on, why not?
I love that
I
feature.
mean, it's such an amazing thing, especially for people that like to grind, right? So say, you know what? Let me grind this specific mob until I unlock all the information that there is to it.
Yeah.
I would do that 100%.
I'd love it, but I also don't want it to give stats. You know how later in the game they introduced, like with Monster Book, they started giving like stats, and then there was like set bonuses. So if you picked up all the monsters from a certain area, let's say like Alinea, you get like the Alinea set bonus or whatever. I rather it just not give stats. Just keep it as a fun kind of quality of life thing where people can play with it as a completionist. Play with it as an achievement hunter of sorts, right?
And they could add even something nice about it. Like, for example, the, you know how... Okay, so an idea that I have about the Monster Book is like, if you're a hunter that has completed the Monster Book, let's say that you have completed 20% of the entries, for example, right? I think it would be interesting to, like, all of a sudden, a quest unlocks in a town. Like someone that never gave you a quest before, now he's giving you a quest. It's like, and the quest is like, Talk is saying, oh, I see that you are becoming a hunter yourself. I used to be a hunter myself, and stuff like that, and whatever. I wonder if you'll be able to hunt this thing. And all of a sudden, like, it sends you to another a part of the map, whatever, where you have to hunt a specific creature to add it to the book, right? And then gives you experience or whatever. Maybe not a specific badge or reward or whatever, but just a normal quest that unlocks after you keep completing. I think that would be interesting for quote-unquote the lore of the Monster Book, to make sure that as you complete it, like, the world changes around you being a hunter, if that makes sense. I don't know what you guys think.
I like the idea of it giving you like a really almost negligible buff towards those mobs, because wouldn't that make sense if you've studied wild boars by hunting them so long that, you know, maybe you have increased crit damage against them. Like, I'm talking like 2 to 5%, you know what I mean? I think something like that could be a fun way to do it, where it's like not totally game breaking, but it gives you like that tiny incentive that
absolutely
would make people that aren't just doing it for completion say, you know, want to do it.
Absolutely.
And maybe you'd get some of those by accident, just by, you know, training somewhere long enough. But yeah,
Monster Book, definitely.
The Monster Book's like so, I love it because it's like the only source of lore for, I mean, 90% of the mobs, you know what I mean? Like, most of them, like, all you have the lore to go off of is like their etc. items or any related quests, but otherwise you don't know anything about them outside of what the Monster Book tells you. So that's the other part.
Yeah, I guess so. There is another thing. Like, something that I would love to see in this game is that something minor, but I don't know how do you guys feel about that. Is like, I wish that mobs not only tell you the name of the mob, but also say the level. Like, give a little bit of the level next to it. I don't know how
you
you
want to know
guys feel
something
about that.
interesting real quick about that? Yeah. Somebody I was playing with yesterday noticed, now I couldn't see this myself because I couldn't hit them, but maladies, for whatever reason, their level was showing up. Isn't that interesting?
It is interesting.
It was a cleric. Yeah, it was a cleric. So they could hit it, but obviously I couldn't.
Is that the only mob that shows the level?
Or... The only mob that we saw that showed levels.
I
think it should be. I think it should be a thing because, like, sometimes in this game, it happens that you go to an area and you're like, "Oh, this mob looks cute. I think I'm gonna be fine," and literally one shot. Like,
that's Forgotten Hollow.
Yeah, exactly. So,
look at those little...
like, it would be nice that the moment you attack a mob, not like display it all the time necessarily, but the moment you attack a mob in some way, let's say you miss or whatever, then you have aggro of the mob on the bottom. And instead of that, just like also having the name, but also having the level.
Yeah, and make it red. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Once you see, so
that
you,
would be also an addition, yes. Like in World of Warcraft, yes.
Exactly.
That's like, what I'm thinking. In World of Warcraft, in World of Warcraft, you see a mob that has a skull in it, and you're like, oh, yeah, I know that I can
true.
fight that mob.
You're like, oh boy.
Or red, right? So I can, and you see it there. So I think that's good. I don't think that would. I think that would help everybody. So,
Do you guys love the weather here, where it's like raining gravestones?
where?
If you go over
like
to like
that.
near the boat, especially, it's like literally raining gravestones.
Yeah, it's here too, actually.
I wonder how long they're gonna keep this going for.
I'm in Hennis's park with some people from the MapleStory Discord, like the unofficial Discord. We're gonna take a screenshot here if you guys want to come.
Oh sure.
Hennis's park?
If I can get out, because every time I
I
spawn,
don't
I'm
think
dead.
I had to
can get
revive,
in.
and I was spamming a return to a linear scroll because it's the only scroll I had.
Oh god. Yeah, I can try. I'm gonna try.
And then I took a taxi to Hennis's park.
Yeah, I don't think I can. I don't think it's possible.
They're trying to
It's-
do a little screenshot in the pet park.
It is. I don't think it's possible for me.
Ugh.
Like
just
every time,
spam.
every time I spawn,
It took me like 20 times,
I have
but
to
I got
move
it
the
off.
scroll. I have to move my inventory right on top of the OK button. I think that's gonna be the way to do it.
I'm seeing everybody like die all the time, like me. Jesus Christ! I don't think I can.
I wonder if this is
I
like
love
a
this
pseudo stress test for them. Oh, I got out.
Probably.
Wow, it's so smooth
I love
now.
this guy's name. His name is Roar XD. Really brings me back 20 years.
Yeah, MySpace.
Yeah.
It's so funny. So you're at the
You
Hennessy's
said-
Pet Park. I'll spend my last 1.5k to get there.
Yo, this guy in my chat said, exclusive quest sounds like a really cool idea, and also expanding on lore in little ways like that is part of the reason why I love the game, in my opinion. Yeah, I think that was what Layman was saying about not only the monster book giving lore, like 11 he said, but also maybe unlocking new quests or like new things in the lore. That'd be cool.
Oh, I got it. Okay. What is it that you guys are?
The Hennessy's Pet Park.
Oh, okay.
That's over at the.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
This
Wait,
guy level 40.
Am I
doesn't
going to the
even
right
know where
place?
Pet
No,
Park
I
is.
went past it.
I didn't do the quest. Will I be able to join? I don't think I.
What do you mean? You don't need a quest.
Yeah, you just walk
I
in.
know, but, like,
oh, I
it's-
see
it's
Roar
the-
XD. The
the
game
guy-
servers will
this
be
guy was
closing
doing
at 5
post-
p.m. Okay, and 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
Oh.
Yo, that was chaos in Lith Harbor. Did
Yeah,
y'all get
that-
at least a few pics?
I mean, yeah, I got plenty of footage. It's gonna be funny to look through all that.
Oh yeah. I like that armor store with Nevi and Inkwell summoning 1,000,000 Balrogs. That was cool.
Oh, I can't even click on this guy. I thought I'd be able to fame the GM.
Oh my god! I can't even go up. Are we inside of the pet park? But
I think we were going to, but there's all these people here.
I cannot. How do
There's
I?
like these
What
two
is the
GMs
thing?
hanging on outside.
Yeah. Ah, yeah, it's the cat. Oh, yeah, let's go to the thing. They're like, "Hi, Mr. Layman." but I
It's
don't know
yo
if they
mama,
know.
as he says.
Yo, taco.
Oh, GM Taco's here. Come here, Layman. Where's 11E? I'm gonna take
wait,
my own.
Are
little
you inside the
screenshot
pet
here.
park?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
Oh,
I'm coming
another
in.
GM. Who's that? Oh, Potato. I think he's one of the community managers. And he looks ugly as fuck. What is that face, bro? Oh,
I
Lord.
don't even know.
I can't find him. Oh, Taco? Okay, yeah.
Taco's in the far right, and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
I saw Potato somewhere. Oh, he's like right behind you, 11E.
Yeah, I see him. Breathing down my neck.
Whoa. Hey, yo. MapleStory action.
Yeah, escaping
Someone in the chat
Deathloop was
says-
rough.
I hope GMs are active when the game launches too. I hope so too.
Yeah. Me too.
Well, Layman's gonna ask a question.
Lay it on us.
Thank you for playing Paige, Layman, says Jeffrey.
And
Thank you for your service. Why do you guys do not respond to private messages on Discord? Sad face. Potatoes doing F4.
Yo, I want Nemi in here, man. Want her in the little.
Potato says, I'm so sorry. Are they though?
Are they? That face doesn't convince me. Look at ew. Look at that
looks
emo.
horrible.
It's horrifying.
That is disturbing.
It's a crazy face.
Oh my god, the F2. Yeah, no, that's nightmare fuel.
Ugh.
Yeah, one of the things that I will talk about in a video is like the communication. I said is they are there like the community managers, but they don't respond. I mean, like, shouldn't they be there? You know what I mean? Talking like, say, hey, I have a question. I go from there. Like, it's I cannot fathom like why someone like Eleveny, right, that has so much influence in the community as of now, like cannot just like message one community manager, say, hey, what's up, this, I have a question, or them, they say, hey, I have a key here, or whatever, right? So I think it should be more out there, and it could be like you said, Grog, it's like maybe they're scared because of the Nero situation, but come on, not everybody's like Nero that is gonna be, as soon as you give him a microphone, they're gonna protest or something.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Bro, I'd slip into Eleveny's DMs if I was one of the community managers. I'd be like, hey, yo, what's it goody, my gang? You got a code? No? Now you do.
Yeah, exactly.
Keep it between
That's why.
us, buddy.
That's why I was like hoping they'd have like a form or something when they said that there was gonna be signups. I thought there'd be like a form, or maybe you could have a little box where you fill out. I'd be like, oh, I have a YouTube channel, you know, to like consider. But no, it was just totally random. So
Nah, they prefer Instagram codes, and I'll tell you this, 100,000,000%. If instead of giving out 20 fucking codes in Instagram, sorry about the cursing, they just gave 4 different community like content creators like 10 codes each or something, that would have been better. That would have brought way more people and eyes to the game than like Instagram shares. Because who the hell like who's sharing this, and who are they sharing it with? Right? So many people just, you know, the point of the post was, you know, link your friends. Who would you play MapleStory with? You look at the comments and it's like people adding Abercrombie and Fitch, like companies. It's like, like, what do you mean, bro? And they're adding like bot accounts or whatever. So I don't know. What I'm trying to say is, I think more eyes. If they wanted to do like an advertising stunt, it would have been a lot better if they involved more of the community instead of just making an Instagram post like that.
yeah, totally. That's like, I mean, I don't know, that kind of socializing is akin to screaming into the void, right? Like people don't. It's not like a meaningful connection, really. Nor do I think it's like effective marketing, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
They'd have a way.
Yeah, because like,
Yeah.
look, seeing them here, like for example, like I see Potato, Taco, like these are the community managers that you see in the Discord. Like they're here chilling, talking to the community, maybe not answering like deep questions or whatever, but they're here, right? So there is no harm in them to be like, oh, okay, oh, you're a content creator, obviously, like let's say 11. Oh, okay, they know who you are. It's like okay. And they have a closer communication. Maybe you have a deeper question that people don't know about. For example, it's like, hey, can you tell me a little bit more about the accuracy? Like, why is it that is so bad or whatever? Maybe they're not developers. Maybe I don't know, but they could maybe ask that, or they know about it. It's like, oh yes, you know what it is? It's because we're doing this and that and whatever, right? They're testing this and that, and then you can give that answer to your community. Say, I mean, if you are that kind of person that creates that your content obviously is not commentary or whatever. You are a storyteller, right? But still, I mean, like being able to make a post is like, hey guys, the managers, and they told me that the accuracy formula will be fixed. Is messed up because of this, and I don't know.
It's significant. I mean, yeah, it's like. Also, it's like, I mean, I don't know, I feel biased too, but like I get comments all the time, people being like, wow, after this video I really want to play Classic World or something, you know, people like can stumble across something that makes them want to play the game. And so yeah, I mean, showing that they have like communication with like content creators, I think would be awesome, because it would just give a better sense of confidence, I think, about it as a product, you know.
Yes.
And it doesn't always have to be just preferential treatment, right?
No.
Some people will say like, oh, you know, they're reaching out to content creators or whatever because they get preferential treatment. But at the same time, it does help the game and the game's lifespan. And
I was so surprised that they didn't give like keys to all of the big content creators to promote the game. I was so surprised about that.
They give a key to someone like XQC or something. I'm not saying that guy's gonna.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, I know what you mean. Absolutely.
But just imagine someone like him, very influential, someone like
absolutely.
I don't know, MMO players like Asmongold or a Soda Poppin', you know, big MMO players. They give them one key to play this game out for 30 minutes, and that'll have an influx of like 20 to 50,000 players overnight. I'm not, again, these are all hypotheticals, but it seems like a lot of the people that are moving games nowadays, it's not even the game companies, it's the people playing the game and doing content creation, basically.
The quote-unquote influencers. Yeah, as cringy as that term is.
I hate that term, but it's true, right?
Yeah.
And so
absolutely,
I mean, we talked about this, Layman. When we did the last video, the little podcast style, but I said something about like the marketing team does a terrible job. I still think that, especially with the California test. I don't know. That marketing team is buns.
Do you put salt in this? Or...
Too much salt.
So, No, I was just talking to my wife.
Okay.
So she brought me food. So anyways, yeah, like someone said in the chat, Asmongold won't touch next on game. Yeah, of course. I'm not. He's just giving a grog, of course. But I think like people like, I'm not saying Pokemon, but there are big streamers that like the idea of MapleStory, even Just Trophy, right? So just like, hey, test this classic experience, see how it goes. They had some there is a story behind MapleStory and Just Trophy. They're like, see, that is bad actually. Just Trophy doesn't want to touch MapleStory in any way because of what happened. But overall, I think that this should be a redemption arc for them. Like having more content, and it seems that they do. Like you see these posts that they make, and it seems that it's a content creator that is making them and all of this, and I don't understand who these people are. Do these people even stream? It's like yeah, I mean, they should redeem themselves by definitely being more open for communication. And I'm not gonna shit on them like in my coming video, but I'm definitely gonna criticize in some part like the fact that they're not communicating as much. So Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's never too late to change, you know. But,
I know.
yeah, I mean, it definitely like these days. I mean, I'm not the biggest like TikTok or Instagram user. I don't really use them at all. But when I do ever venture into the apps or whatever, like what I see is that the advertising landscape is really like UGC these days. Like that's what really like actually works more than, you know, your typical like in your face advertisement. So it's like I don't know. I think that they're better served with that than like the random social campaigns that they would have, like what you were saying with like the invite a friend or tag your friend and we'll give you a chance for a key or whatever. You know?
I feel like that's very out of touch of them.
Yeah, because right now we are. It's true. I mean, influencer culture. That's what it is. I mean, it's contact influencers. They
One sec, I'm writing a little message back here.
Yeah, I was a little surprised actually that when I was in game, like a lot of people were recognizing stuff. Is like, what is it? What the fuck? I'm super small. I'm a small YouTube, like super small YouTube.
I was also surprised how many people were like, "Oh, yo, see your stuff." Like, you know, just because in the grand scheme of things, there's so many, so many Maplers, right? And it's like, not all of them even watch content necessarily. So, but I think all things considered, it is a smaller space compared to like, for example, OSRS. There's so many content creators because it's such a bigger world that I think it's easier to get lost in that, you know. Whereas for Maple, I feel like you can count it on like two hands, you know, like the majority of them that most people know, and then there's a lot of smaller ones that I'm still finding new ones every day because a lot of people are starting to make content for Classic World, which is awesome.
Yeah, bro, I got
really
my first. All right, go ahead. I was just gonna say, like, first day, I got my little first influencer Benny. I got 30 lemons and 30 meat. I fucking pogged.
Hell yeah.
Okay?
That's funny. Yeah, no, I was very pampered, especially by Mr. Jefferu out there. Hooked me up with hundreds and hundreds of lemons throughout the past week.
I wrote down feet, please, with the letters. Someone in chat was like, Grog, what kind of message is that?
Yeah, look, what I was gonna say is that it's about content creation. Wait, hold on, what is it I wanted to say? That, for example, I'm very surprised that I have even like in the I started like 9 months basically, and I'm very surprised that people that I've had this many amount of subscribers so far. I didn't tell anybody to subscribe. I've told people in my life that I am doing like a YouTube experiment, see how it goes, but I don't tell people to subscribe to my channel or anything. Actual people that care about what I'm saying and whatever. And I'm very surprised because I'm just literally a yapper that yaps about the game. I also have an accent. I don't have like the most what's the word, appealing like voice or whatever. For example, when I hear Eleveni like talking about like the storytelling, it's like alluring, it's like nice. It's like, okay, let me listen to this guy.
I wouldn't use that term.
And I was saying also the with Grog has like a nice like explain your things, you listen, right? But I listen to my own voice and what is this shit? You know what I mean? I was just like
you don't give yourself enough credit.
Yeah, I guess not, but it's just like I look at my content and stuff like that, and I try to put something nice something nice out there, and I'm surprised. I'm like the so like actually very surprised. So
well, yeah, I mean,
I just wanted to jab about the game that I like, and that's it.
That
was my main intention.
I think it matters more what you say, you know, than how it sounds or whatever. And you say things that I think a lot of people agree with. a lot of people.
Yeah, I think so.
A lot.
I think that's what it is.
Things that a lot of people might be thinking, right? But not everybody wants to take the time to make a YouTube channel and throw it out into the world.
That's the main intention, the main reason why I created the channel. Like, I have so much stuff that I want to say, and I wonder if people have the same takes that I do.
Somebody in the chat says, "Bro thinks an accent isn't alluring. Who's gonna tell him?" Exactly.
Bro thinks an accent is,
Bro, your wife better keep you safe and secure. Some people actually like your accent. I'm just saying.
That's crazy. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, I got into making videos just because I love talking about this game. I mean, all the time, me and my brother would just talk MapleStory, right? We would talk about the game. We would talk about, whoa, wouldn't it be crazy if they ever did Classic? And there's been like bring Classic back movement for many years now.
Decades.
And obviously, it's always been faced with no and bans, and it was actually like, unless it was a nostalgia post, you just get your post deleted or stuff like that in Reddit and forums. It was a little bit taboo. Like, talking about Classic was a little bit taboo. Yeah. And so when it actually happened, me and my brother were so surprised that he was like, and many years he was always like, yo, we should do like a YouTube channel or something. And we kept talking about it. And so it happened, and I said, F it, you know, let's actually do it for fun, even as a hobby. And yeah, now here we are. Playing Classic.
I was very surprised too, actually. I was like, what?
Dude, yeah, it totally caught me by surprise that they announced it, because they said multiple times that they never would. So, I mean, even though we're going to be waiting maybe a little longer than we thought, I've heard some people even say they think it's not going to release till next year. I hope they're wrong, but, you know, at this point, we've been waiting so long that it's like, whenever it's ready, it's ready. And regardless of how perfect or imperfect it is, it's going to be a good time. And I think that pretty much anybody who has interest in it is going to be there. It's just a matter of, you know, seeing if they'll stick around.
Yeah, and I've been thinking about so much stuff about my content and what to do. Like, I even created like the join channel stuff, and I haven't like edited much. It's like, but I'm like, what am I gonna post there? What am I gonna do? I don't know. I'm still figuring things out. Obviously, I'm new in this. Like, even the streaming stuff is like, some people told me that it's great, you should stream and so it's like, I don't know. What am I gonna? Sometimes I like to play the game and just like be, you know what I mean, and grind quietly and just listen to a podcast in the background or whatever. And I cannot do that.
You
if I'm
could be
streaming.
the podcast.
Right.
That's what
right.
But
but I personally, like, my favorite streamer, I don't watch streams, like, rarely. I was watching a lot of streams of this because I really wanted to be in touch and know what's going on. But I rarely watch streams. But the only streamer ever that I've watched actually and had fun watching was Forsen. I don't know if you guys know Forsen.
Oh, okay, sorry. I hate Forsen. Some of his streams are freaking cancer. People just,
I know, that's what I love about it. It's like people,
okay.
I feel like I love the cancer music. Yes, I love the cancer music and all of these like weird things. And the only thing, like, if I stream, I was like, maybe I just should have some kind of like cancer music in the background, like literally like cancer music, and that's it. I don't know, but I still don't know what my style of streaming even would be, because to me, I find that fun. Like, I don't watch his streams anymore, but I remember used to like seeing the chat going wild, like and spamming the cancer music when he was in games, like stream sniping him, like literally cancer that you would never listen to actually on your own. And I personally found that so funny, and I was like, oh, maybe my stream should be like that, but so
I'm good.
Yeah. I mean, Layman, you're all about the memes, so yeah, if you do stream, you gotta lean into that.
True. I do love your memes in your videos.
Yeah, like I
Definitely
like the memes. I like
the memeiest maple tuber. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say I got inspiration from Joe Hog actually, like because he does put memes as well, and yeah, as of a content creator, and I really love the idea of putting memes. I feel like if I don't put a meme in my video, I think I failed. And I have such a
That's your measure of success.
yes, actually. There is this meme that I want to post when I talk about warriors that I want to create. Oh my god, I'm gonna have so much fun creating that meme because when I create memes while editing my videos, I have fun myself because I laugh creating them, right? So that's what it is.
Yeah, I can tell you have fun making them. And that's what helps make it funny too. It's like I can tell, you're probably over there like
Exactly.
yeah. Yeah, no, it's good.
Someone in my chat said Forzen was like the OG Twitch brain rot.
Actually, yes.
The beginning of brain rot.
Yeah. Oh man.
And people have been like demanding that the podcast style like conversations continue. We will definitely do that. We will get together, sit down, and actually break down different topics, like in more detail
With more structure.
after this is over. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is just like talking randomly, whatever. But with more structure, like actually going deeper into certain things. I want to do that. I need to set it up basically similar to what we did before in the first thing, and I've got messages, people saying like, "Oh, keep doing that," and I like that podcast style kind of thing. Like I just like put it in the background and listen to it, whatever. So definitely like we would go through that. I would ask some of the question which you don't have to answer right now. Those kind of podcast kind of videos. It's about the inspiration. I want to ask so many questions to Elevate for the people, right? So the inspirations for his videos, like how does he know so much about the lore, and where does he get all this lore information?
Because he's the GOAT.
I know, right? So it's like all of these things for the people to know. Probably people are curious about that because the big creators out there of MapleStory, you have Elevate, which is the storyteller. You have Togain, which is like the patch breakdown, explaining
He's the
you how
historian,
things used to be.
dude.
Yes, historian.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I
Then you have Coppersan, which is the news reporter. Then you have Joe Hawk, which is like a meme kind of ranting. So he doesn't rant that much, but like meme guy that puts memes out there and whatever, and so on, right? So
Joe Hawk, I see is like the comedy guy. Like like
yes,
all his videos are like, but they have to be funny. They always are funny,
yes.
And obviously videos and streams, but like I love his like, I don't know how to call it, like this scrappy approach where it's just like feels like really like fast, and it's like it's fast and funny. And
Yeah.
Dino Fry is definitely the prolific streamer.
Mm-hmm.
He's always live.
Yeah.
I guess
just
they
try to
both were
analyze
though. I mean, I swear, any time of the day I opened up YouTube, I could see at least one of them were live.
Dino and Yohawk.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, they streamed hella, and I always just had them on a second screen while I was studying.
Yeah, it was nice to pop in and out.
Yeah, I played like 2-3 hours a day, and I'd consume like over 12 hours of MapleStory every day during beta.
Yeah, I'm gonna miss it, man. That's one of the things.
F4 in chat.
F4.
The tears emoji. Oh, 2 more. Wait,
4 minutes.
3 more.
3 minutes. Yeah.
Oh man.
It's gonna be like New Year's Eve countdown.
Yeah. Do you think Third Job will get a lot of changes? And do you think like it'll come out in launch? I don't think so, but
I also don't think so.
what are your thoughts? Okay.
It'd be a little bit too much, I think. Now, that being said, I don't think that they can wait like 6 months. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, like I think like maybe 3 months.
Yeah, that's a decent amount.
2 to 3 months.
Enough to give people like, you know, reason to work towards it. And I mean, you're always gonna have the people who go hard and are gonna get there before everybody else.
Yeah, I ain't doing that shit.
But most people won't. Most people are not. So it's like there's no reason to build the entire game around the like 0.1% who are gonna like play the game 24 hours a day. You know, especially these days because like.
Absolutely.
Nobody, you know, most of us are adults. Ain't got time for that.
Yeah, I actually I was not logged in when I started, and I logged in like the last 2 days, and I leveled up like crazy.
You went hard, man. You went from like 30 to 40 really quick.
Yes, in 2 days. Like literally, I logged in 2.5 days, I would say. But my eyes were getting red. I was feeling bad because my wife is very chill. She just like I have in the room where I have the PC, I have this big bean bag that she lays down there and reads books and whatever next to me. And she's just there next to me chilling, and she understands that she is chilling. She just chills about it, and but I was feeling bad because it's like, oh my god, I actually spend time like with my wife. And that is like, man, it was. But I at the same time, I want to look into at least get to level 40, and I did. So, but that's the thing. I was taking it chill at the beginning, right? So it's like, oh, let me level up a little bit and do this, do that, and test things. I wanted to test things because for my videos too. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, it was. But and in launch, definitely, I'm not gonna be. Let me lock in and be top notch. I'm gonna take my time. I'm gonna do quests because I want to do quests. I'm gonna read the quest. Actually, I want to read all the quests and see if there is even a typo. Hey, wait, there is a. Okay, but just read the full thing is like and check things out and so. Dude,
yeah, that's one of the things. I want to read all the quests, but I didn't want to like spoil it too much by like reading through it this time. But yeah, next time, like whenever it actually comes out, I'm definitely gonna be streaming a lot, especially the first like couple weeks. And I'm gonna be trying to read everything, you know, voice acted and everything. Oh, is that it?
It's it.
No,
I think so. Oh no,
that's it. The lights are going out. The lights have gone out, guys. You cannot access the game for one of the following reasons. The game world is down for maintenance. You are banned or your internet connection is not stable. Can you imagine they ban me at the last second?
All the three options.
Screw you guys in particular. You know?
And your connection is unstable and the game is on maintenance.
That's hilarious.
Dude, that's crazy.
Launcher says the closed online test has ended. Thanks for playing. Oh man, that was nice to see till the very end.
Yeah.
Everyone got banned.
Chat, that was a refreshing journey. It was, man.
It was actually. Yeah, I see the message here.
Everyone got banned.
I mean, you guys saw the like ominous message they said about people who gained access, like unauthorized access.
Ooh.
I was sweating, man. Like I was sweating.
I know, right? Yeah. I was like, okay.
And they were like, access is supposed to be to the people we gave them, like, to their emails. I'm like, oh boy, I'm sweating.
Yeah, I don't know. So, yeah, so if there is an open beta, I think the open beta released about 2 months from now. The problem is that I don't understand. Like, if they make an open beta, does that mean that the characters are gonna get wiped again? What's the objective? Is the objective level 50 again? Is it gonna be longer? Things like that, I guess.
Yeah.
So, is it gonna be like straight from open beta to release right away? Your character doesn't get wiped. What would you guys like to see if there's an open beta?
If they're doing open beta, they will wipe. They almost definitely will wipe. But I can imagine them raising the limit to like 70, and maybe making it twice as long. I hope it's not months like the original GMS beta was, because even though that made sense back then, I think it, you know, a lot of people would get it out of their system if they did that now.
Honestly, I don't think I'd care about too many changes for open beta other than them balancing the things that are a little broken right now. Maybe more quests and maybe having KPQ and quests be good. Basically, the things that were bad now, like they were kind of like either buggy or unbalanced. But I don't know. I don't think they need to raise the cap or add too much. It'd be okay if just more people get their hands on the game, so that more
Absolutely.
people
I was surprised to see how
can
many
give
people
their
didn't get in.
feedback.
There were a lot of them.
The
that
vast
wanted to
majority
get
of
in.
people did not have
That's right.
access.
And
We were
And we know what
lucky,
they
right?
felt
But-
like too. You know, we were on
Yes,
the outside.
absolutely. Absolutely. With the three of us, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were.
If anything, I'd like more people to play it. Not only because obviously I want more people to try the game, but also I want to have a more realistic approach of how are the maps gonna look when we have not 5,000, but like 20, 30,000 people playing this game. Are the maps gonna be like, holy, you know, we're not gonna need 2 channels. We're gonna need like 10 or 20 because we can't find a map. I want to see like how full FM can get with so many people and with like stores actually in FM instead of town. You know, those are the things I want to see.
Yep.
Well, guys,
me
I
too.
gotta get going.
Yeah.
I gotta get going. My family needs me. Time to do some.
I gotta get going. You see, do you watch that episode from The Simpsons? My planet needs me. Like,
Yeah.
I gotta get going. My family needs me.
I'm just gonna go
Yeah.
eat some lasagna.
Okay, so anyways, yeah, it was fun to talk to you guys. Obviously, we're gonna definitely plan something out. We can tease it when it's coming out and whatnot. But first, I'm gonna put my videos out, and then we're gonna wait a little bit to see if they have some kind of announcement and seeing if we're gonna release open beta this and talk about it, the game and our experiences in the game, and what we thought about certain things. We can create different topics. So yeah, definitely that's gonna happen, and we're gonna definitely tease it. So yeah, thank you for the conversation. Of course.
The good news of all this is we all have more time to make content now. So
Yeah, absolutely.
True.
Oh, that's another thing. I was making content within. Actually, I was making stop playing to create certain videos as well. There was another one out there as well. So that's why I didn't make it to 50. But yeah, it's okay. So yeah, we'll be seeing you guys. And stay in touch for sure.
Yeah, until next time. Can't wait to talk to you guys again. And thanks everyone in chat for showing up and hanging out with us. Really appreciate it.
Awesome.
All right.
GG's, guys.
GG's.
All right. Peace.
Peace.